What's up, Jones Bones? It is your girl, Unitedly Random, and today we're stepping into the pile with 3 different pieces of art, okay? Now, this is split into 3 different videos. Pile number 1 is its own video, pile number 2 is its own video, and pile number 3 is its own video. I will link the videos down below, but right now I want you guys to look at the artwork for each of the piles. I personally drew these artworks, and I hope that these artworks can help you choose which pile you would like to go ahead and watch. Again, the link is in the description box, and the link is also in a comment box down below. Now, is this your first time doing a pick a card reading? I also included a link to the overview. Now, the overview is pretty much my April intentions. It's also a meditation, like just telling you how to breathe. And then it's also an explanation of all of the artworks that you see on the screen right now. Okay, I want you guys to know that the card right here with the flower, this is pile number 1. The butterflies is pile number 2. And the last one, the shadowy darkness, that pile is pile number 3, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get into the energy of your April general reading. Not hopefully, this is going to resonate, okay? But hopefully it's very clear for you. That's my intention, is that what I'm doing right now is very clear to everyone who is tapping into the energy. Now, first things first, let's go ahead and get into pile number 1.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Pile number 1. Hello, darlings. Thank you for stepping in and checking in on pile number 1, okay? I've already explained the piece of art in another video. If you want to understand what the piece of art may mean to me, what it could mean to you, go ahead and check out that video. The link is down below. But other than that, let's go ahead and get into pile number 1. Now, I'm going to set the cards out, and then we're going to talk about it. And while I'm setting them out, I'm going to explain what they mean pretty much. So for pile number 1, for the vibes of April, the general vibes of April, we have the 7 of Cups in reverse. Okay, we have the 7 of Cups in reverse, and that is clarified by this card from V Loving Crystal's deck, which is specifically the Fortune Cookie Oracle deck. That card says consider healthier choices. So this is the general vibes of April. And then next, we're tapping into your love reading section of April. Specifically, we're starting off with the High Priestess in reverse. Now, what could that mean? Now, that is clarified by a lot of cards. So when I get a lot of cards, they usually kind of try to tell me a story that you might need to hear. We have the Healing Heart, and then we go ahead and we have the Butterfly, and then we go ahead and we have the Hand of Cards. Now, with the Hand of Cards, we have the Coffee Cup in reverse, and then we also have the Snake upright. So we're kind of zigzagging right now. And then, oh my goodness, we have so many cards. Let's start off with the general, and then we'll go into the love, and then we'll go into the shadow, and how to make this the best month ever, okay? So first of all, if we're talking about the general vibes of April, we have to pause, okay? We have to pause, and we have to look at the 7 of Cups. Now, this deck is more like the Rider-Waite deck. In the Rider-Waite deck, it's the same image. We are looking at cups, and we're trying to make a decision. Now, what's inside of the cups might differ, but also, like, it's general. It's generally the same, right? The riches, the wreath, the snake, you know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and look into this. Generally, what I'm feeling for your April is that you're stepping into making decisions. So the way I read my cards is, if you're in reverse, this is the energy that you're stepping into. So you're stepping into some big decisions. You're trying to determine a lot about your life. You're trying to determine what you want, what you desire, and what is best for you in the month of April. This is clarified honestly by the consider healthier choices. So you might have a habit of making some choices that you know don't necessarily better help you in your vast search for inner you, your vast search for a better you. A lot of the choices that you have around you aren't choices that are bettering your life. There are choices that are holding you back, and you've noticed it. I'm not the first person to say it. You know what I'm saying? You've called it out, but it's still something that you're stepping into. You have to make the decision now. You've probably been putting off the decision at this point, but no, not anymore. Spirit's saying, look, girl, if you don't make this decision now, I don't know how I can really help you. Let me move the cards right here so they can probably be more visible. I don't know if they're visible right now. But Spirit's saying, if you don't make this choice, if you don't set the intentions, I can't help you any more than you're not helping yourself, okay? We go on and we're looking into the love of April. So I'm going to talk about this a little bit more than I did last time last time I talked about it a lot for March's love reading. But I don't plan on doing another general love reading for this month. I feel like this is going to do it for us, okay? So the way I like to look at it is for my singles and for my people who are in a relationship. So this counts for both of you guys. So I'm just going to speak as it comes to me, right? With the High Priestess, specifically for my singles. Let's start off for you guys, okay? So my singles with the High Priestess, I feel like we're getting to a point where we're trying to find out the secrets, like the secrets of possibly why a relationship didn't work in the past. We're trying to figure out what's unknown to me. You're trying to figure yourself out. You're trying to learn yourself right now. That's also for my people who are in a relationship. You're getting to the point where you realize that your reality isn't necessarily everyone's reality. You're trying to figure out the secrets. Oh, my people who are in a relationship, I feel like you guys feel like your significant other is hiding something from you. And I don't know why. With the laptop, I have a feeling that people from the past are reaching back out to you right now. They're reaching back out and you recognize that they have hidden, what do they call it? They have hidden agendas. You're recognizing that when they reach back out. You're so aware of it, but still you're communicating with them. You're allowing them to step back into your life. I don't know why. Maybe you feel like you can gain something new from this opportunity, especially when we have this clarified by the healing heart. So the healing heart is talking about healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxicity, relationships, or addictions. So I definitely feel like this decision that you're making, you have the answers if you trust yourself. If you trust your intuition, you do have the answers, but you're not trusting yourself as much as you should. I think that whatever you're doing, you're trying to heal yourself. You're trying to bring yourself to a higher point than where you are right now. When we're looking at the healing heart, especially because it's the first card that follows the High Priestess, I feel like the decision, like we're going back to the overview, but the decision that you're making is to heal a secret part of yourself that you didn't even know existed right now, specifically with relationships. So this is your love reading for April, but also when we talk about love, we're talking about relationships. So it doesn't necessarily have to be someone that you're in a relationship with. My singles, I'm calling that out to you because, it doesn't feel like there's also like a lot of love right off the get. It means, for me, a lot of secrecy, a lot of trying to figure some things out, a lot of healing is what's going on. So we go on to the butterfly, and it's talking about the relationship evolving into the next phase, healing the inner child and growth. So I feel like in the month of April, for my people who are in a relationship and everything is going a-okay in this relationship, that relationship is going to be growing to a new phase. But my people who are not in a relationship, I feel like this relationship is divinely placed into your life for you to heal your inner child. So you're going to be doing a lot of inner child healing in the month of April. You can't put it off. I feel like some of y'all been out here putting it off. You can't put it off because once you get to the base of healing that inner child, you're prepared for a new relationship. You're prepared for a new phase. So, specifically because the card before it said healing heart, we're going to go ahead and take the butterfly as also healing the inner child. So a lot of healing is going on right now. Hand of cards represents taking a chance, risk, being strategic, having options, not showing hands, and gambling. I feel like some of you guys are out there gambling on your ex because they want a second chance. It's springtime and they just want to get in your pants. That's something that I'm feeling like somebody's, like one of your spirit guides are telling me. You know that they just want what you can do because nobody else can do it like you. Okay? And do you want to continue to be their toy in that way? That's what you got to ask yourself. I can't give you the answer to that, but that's what you have to ask yourself. You have the knowledge. You have the intuition. You need to tap into that intuition, okay? I can't do anything more for you but to tell you to tap into that intuition because that intuition is about to save you, sis. And then we have coffee cups. So some of you guys not listening and y'all about to go out there and meet up with somebody, specifically your ex, you know. I'm not judging. You know, those exes, they know you in certain ways, right? But because you're meeting up with your ex, make sure that you have your walls kind of up. Not up too high, but you kind of can see past the BS, okay? You know what happened in the past and you're aware of it when you deal with them in the future, okay? Because if you go into this situation thinking that everything's changed because you know you have changed over time, you're going to be hurt. We have the snake, meeting, conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted in friendship. I feel like my singles, you're going to be meeting a new friend. And this new friend is going to come to you after you've done a lot of the healing from your toxic relationship. You're going to do a lot of healing from your inner child. And you're going to take a chance, and that's where you're going to meet your new best friend, okay? You're going to be meeting someone who is going to be in your life for a long period of time. All of this comes together with the snake. Now, watch out for the snake, okay? There's a snake around. Competition, enemy, clever, malice. Look over your shoulder, the other woman. There's some people around, specifically around your relationships. For my singles, the relationships that you have with people, like your friendships and stuff like that. Somebody's jealous. For my people who are in a relationship, somebody's jealous. It goes the same way both ways, okay? Some people are out here are jealous of what you have and what you're doing. Specifically, you step into the high priestess energy. You've been a little bit more secretive lately. You haven't been sharing too much of your information online lately. And they're over here wondering what you're up to. They're over here trying to see what you're doing, but they're not trying to see what you're doing out of love. They're trying to see what they're doing so they know that if they have the option of coming back to mess with your life. They want to know if they have the option of coming back and messing with you is what I'm picking up on. They don't want you, but they don't want you to go. For my singles, specifically who are dealing with their ex relationships, they don't want you the way you want them, but they don't want you to be free, okay? So be very careful the month of April about people from the past popping back up. You might think that, oh my goodness, I've been praying for this moment. Be very clear of what you are praying for when you ask for this in your love life. I'm going to go ahead and pick up these cards. I'll leave out the cards. How about we do that? I'll leave out the cards, stack them, and then just put them up in the corner underneath each other so that you guys can stay out, the High Priestess and the Seven of Cups, if I want to look at the cards again. And we're stepping into your shadow side. Specifically, like, what do we need to work on when we're talking about the shadow self? Now, we have two cards, the Knight of Swords, and we also have the 23rd card of the Oracle deck, okay? So, with the Knight of Swords, we're talking about that thinking energy. We're going forward. We're getting something done. It's kind of like this youthful energy, not too young now. You're not a page, but this is that teenage energy, that fire is burning within you, and you're like, let's go. It's a lot of fiery energy with the Knight, but also it's this thought-provoking energy. We're charging ahead, and we think that we have it all figured out. So if we're talking about the shadow work that you're kind of working on this month of April, it's kind of like feeling, okay, so sometimes you just feel like you know everything. You feel like you can tell somebody just looking at them. You're just knowing everything. So the shadow part of that is you think that you know a lot more than what you know. You're very ignorant in some ways. And so in the month of April, you're realizing that sometimes you're very ignorant in some ways, and sometimes you don't really know what you think you know. And with the 23rd card of the Secondly Oracle deck, it's kind of showing me that you've gotten to the point where you realize that you have to ask for help. This is help from the people around you. This is help from your spiritual guides. This is help. Just you gotta ask for help. You can't do it like you're doing it anymore without asking for any more help, is what I'm picking up on. The shadow work of the entire month of April is knowing when you can't handle something the way you thought you could handle it. And it's not your fault. It just is what it is sometimes. So while we look at the Knight of Swords, we're looking at this energy of kind of charging into a situation, thinking that you have everything together that you thought you may need. But with the 23rd card of the Secondly Oracle deck, it kind of shows us that we don't really have everything that we need. Both of the energies is like charging for it. You might have this, you might be someone that makes plans and then you just kind of bulldoze through them. You might have certain goals that you have in life and you just want to bulldoze so you can reach the end of your fairy tale. You're working for the future, but you're not appreciating the present, is also something that I'm picking up on. If we look at both of the cards, in one card, we're riding on our trusted steed, a white horse, which is giving me a lot of purity vibes. You're doing it not in a negative manner. You're doing it because you want to do good. You want to achieve something. It's noble, very charming energy that I'm picking up from this entire cause. But also with the 23rd card of the Secondly Oracle deck, we're riding on a, I believe, a bee. And so there's also this idea of, we're just trying to take what we have and we're trying to get to this point, and we don't really, we have an idea. Both of these cards are looking towards the left side. So unconsciously you have an idea of what you want to achieve, but also we don't really know. We're not too, there's a lot of confidence there. Let me put that down. There's a lot of confidence, but who are you going against? Okay? And do you have all the right tools to go against who you're going against? Is what I'm picking up on. So that's a little bit of the shadow side of the month. Now we got to look into the card. Okay, the next card, which is specifically talking about how to make this month the best month ever. And then we have the clarity card. Specifically, the clarity card is talking about seeing things with crystal clarity. So for the month of April, to make this month the best month you ever had in a while, you gotta make sure that you look at this month and you try to find clarity. Carry a piece of clear quartz around with you this month. Try to make decisions without being too emotionally invested. Try to make decisions based off of what helps you the best and helps the people around you the best, because it's not always just about you. I don't know who needed to hear that. I'm not trying to throw shots, but somebody needed to hear that it's not always just about you. people around you might see you as a more selfish person, but you have a goal. I understand you have a goal that you're trying to do. You're trying to get something done, but it can isolate the people that you may have around you. They may feel like, oh my goodness, they really think that they can do it all by themselves. And ain't nothing wrong with you doing it all by yourself, but know that you have people to help you along the way. So now we're stepping into the final cards. Now we have some musical cards, and we also have the red cards that I like to end the readings off with. Now my musical cards, here they are. I wanted to shuffle them on camera along with the red cards. So what song must pile number 1 listen to? Now we got 2 songs. Oh my goodness. We have Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire. Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire. We have The Birds, 8 Miles High. Oh my goodness, this is a lot of songs. Then we have Golden Earring, Radar Love. Okay. And then we have Massive Attack, Teardrop. And then we have Boy Meets Girl, Waiting for a Star to Fall. So I'll make sure to link all of these songs down below, and whichever image is really calling for you, because I feel like we have a lot of people tapping into pile 1's energy. Whichever one of these songs is calling for you, I suggest you go ahead and listen to the songs if you don't have the time to listen to all of these songs. So with the Johnny Cash image, I'm feeling like we're a little bit in a rock and roll kind of vibe right now. So it's just like you're one of those people that you have a lot of goals that you want to accomplish, and you're like, if it's hard, I don't care, I'm going to do it. Very strong individual is what I'm picking up on. But then we see the little girl and she's crying because the sword is pointed at her. And remember, we have the Knight of Swords. Let's not forget, we have the Knight of Swords. And so this person is pointing their sword at someone. And you see the person on the end of receiving that sword is like, wait a minute, what did I do? I feel like you're putting a lot of your thoughts into kind of the wrong basket, or you're kind of attacking someone, or you're kind of on the defense towards someone who doesn't even really deserve you to be that defensive towards them. They're just like, dang, I didn't really do this. So throughout the month, keep an eye on who you're pointing your sword at, okay? Because you have to recognize that sometimes when you point your sword at someone, you're pointing your sword at the wrong person, because they're not at the space that you are mentally to be able to understand the world the way that you understand the world, right? And then we have it on the other end of maybe you're not at the place to understand how they understand the world. There's a balance, and it's more so about, instead of just charging forward, it's more so about finding that balance. In this card and for this pile, if you haven't already checked out the artwork for this, it was a flower, and it's very interesting that it was a flower because we do have the bee over here. Now we look at the birds in the sky, and it's 6 miles, 7 miles, 8 miles. It's kind of this progression. We're going higher and higher and higher. We're going and trying to get things done. I feel like for the month of April, you're really focusing on your goals. With this love radar card right here, I specifically feel like we might be tapping into some love in the month of April for my singles. Somebody might be picking up on your radar, and that person possibly will have a piercing in their ear. Also with this card right here, it reminds me of the star card, because it has stars on it. I'm a very basic girl. It has stars on it. It's a star card now. There is a boy and a girl kind of coming together. I guess they had a little date. They was eating some steak out here. We're out here just eating some meats. And with the name of this song is specifically saying Boy Meets Girl, I feel like for the month of April, my singles, you're going to be you're going to be meeting someone. So keep an eye out. With the star on this card, the star card is all about hope. So it's just remain hope. Or keep it clear in your mind what you're asking for or what you're searching for in the month of April. And then depending on how clear you are, you're really going to tap into that love radar. You're going to get a lot more phases higher than what you are in the month. I don't know how to explain it. You started off the month in a certain level, but by the end of the month, you're going to be on a higher plane than what you started off the month with. There's an overall push of growth. You're kind of stepping into your hangman energy for the month of April, and you're growing and you're learning a lot is what I want to say. Now, for the last card, this red card is specifically a card that I've been wanting to pull. Like, I've always said, oh yeah, I like to end my readings with this card. Well, I forgot. I've been forgetting to pull these cards out and shuffle on camera. But this card is specifically what the angels, what the universe wants you to take with you today. Is what they want to take with you for right now. Oh my goodness, something already popped out. And it doesn't necessarily have to do with anything of this month. It could be something that you just need to take with you this week. Specifically, I'm posting this in March, so it could be something that you need to take with you until the end of March. And it says, in the end, you tried and you cared, and sometimes that is enough. Okay, so you need to step away from something. You keep trying to force something to work out the way that you want that thing to work out, but you tried, and that's a lot more than possibly the other person in this situation, or it's a lot more than what some people could do. Trying is enough sometimes. It makes me, remember back with last month, we did have a couple cards of the people. I don't remember which exact deck it was, or not which deck it was, but which card it was. But I think it was probably the 7 of Cups or the 8 of Cups. It's like when you had everything, it's the 8 of Cups, when you came to this point where you realized that you couldn't achieve what you wanted to achieve. And it's not like forever you can't achieve what you want to achieve, but it's just like for right now, you don't have all of the tools that you need to achieve what you wanted to achieve. So I'm feeling like the beginning of April, you're kind of coming to that idea that, okay, well, I couldn't do that last month, but this month maybe I can do it. So you tried, and in the end, that's what really counts, because some people don't even try. Some people are so afraid that they let fear paralyze them, and they wouldn't try, and they wouldn't try again. But what I'm picking up on is if you didn't watch the March reading, specifically that energy of, you have to walk away right now so that you can do your side mission, so that you can come back, and when you come back, you can be able to you'll be able to succeed in that thing that you weren't able to do last month. Okay, so that's a little general, but like I said, the songs will be listed down below. The link will be to the video if you want to go ahead and find out what the art piece really meant, or what I was thinking of before I started this reading. Otherwise, much love and positive vibes, and I will see you next time. Bye.